Hi Leo, how are you? Welcome. My name is Donna of Embracing Dawn, and this is your weekly reading for September 6th to September 12th for 2020. This week we're going to pull an archetype card, and archetypes are patterns of behavior. They're in the deck. They're presented as people, like character with character names, and they have a light attribute and they have a shadow attribute. So if we're working with that archetype energy and its light attribute, we're using it in a positive and healthy way. And if we're working with it in its shadow, then that's something that's a trigger for us and we need to overcome it. This could represent you, or this could represent someone else connected to you. You will have to decide because it's a general read. So the poet is who is coming through for Leo this week. Light attribute of the poet, expressing your soul insights in a symbolic language. So to me, that can be, through visual art, through literal poetry, through writing, but it's through a symbolic, says through symbolic language of some kind. And then the shadow attribute is turning a lyric gift into a negative or destructive effect. So using those skills that you have to disseminate or spread negative energy or negative messages. So this is all around how we use our words and our eloquency, right? So let's draw some tarot and get a little bit more detail around that. I haven't had the poet come up very often at all, so I'm curious to see how it's going to connect in, because this is all about expression with symbols. So this could be visual arts again, painting, sculpting, any kind of medium. Although it says poet, it doesn't necessarily have to be. But let's pull some cards here. Okay. So okay. All right. So in terms of this and expression, it looks to me like there's someone in this setting that's in your life. So far, it doesn't feel like your energy. I'm not really seeing, well, we've got some of this here, but you've been in defense here. So we've got restriction with the Eight of Swords. We'll start with that. So Eight of Swords restriction is sort of this, you're feeling stuck, you're feeling frozen, and perhaps in terms of expression, you're not able to express whatever it is that you've been wanting to express, or if you're starting a new medium, creating something, there's been something that's holding you back with that. And the Swords is air energy, so that could be an air sign of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. It could be someone from that. You've got the Knight of Pentacles here, which is loyalty as well. And Pentacles is about material. Those are earth signs. So that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This can represent an actual person in your life, these court cards. This is a male image, but it's masculine energy. It could be represented by any identity, but the energy within it is masculine, energy. And this character is primarily around demonstrating loyalty, making sure you're loyal to the right things. And with this energy of being stuck and being restricted underneath, it feels to me a little bit like you've been loyal to something that doesn't serve you necessarily, or that you've outgrown, and it's time but you're stuck. You don't want to, you've been afraid to move forward with that, with your expression. For whatever reason, and you'll know why, and it's got something to do with loyalty. But it's very important that you're loyal to yourself. We've got the King of the Ocean here, which is all about order. So number 4, this would be the Emperor. So he's a major arcana, very strong masculine figure. It's probably a male, but it doesn't have to be again. But it's a very strong masculine figure that he is the overseer of all the things. He is the taskmaster. He's the one that's mastered all the skills. He's got it all in control and likes that control. He is the opposite to the, the counterpart to the Empress, which is about that flowing beautiful, generous, abundant energy. He's very much that, that stoic, in control, have everything just so, and he's the leader, the boss, so to speak, energy. And so this could definitely represent a person in your life as well, Leo, with this. And this is about making sure that you're bringing order into your life, taking control over whatever this is that's caused this restriction for you, and perhaps even just being loyal to, it just keeps coming back, loyalty, but loyal to yourself keeps coming back to me for some reason. So it feels a little bit like you haven't been loyal to yourself in terms of, this expression of the poet and using your words and your expression, your symbolic language, so to speak. So imagery, anything, like it can be any medium. It can be writing, it can be, again, the visual arts, the painting, the drawing, literally creating symbols, use of color, sculpting, anything like that. It's in the creation of expressing yourself artistically, and it feels a little bit like you've stopped doing that for some reason. Something's held you back. And then you've got this king that wants to bring order back, and this could represent a person. If you identify with this in this situation, Leo, then it could also be you. But on top of this order, once you get this order going, you're coming to the end of this cycle. 10 of Cups is completion. 10 of Cups is beautiful because Cups represents emotion, and that's the water. It's a water sign, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, it could connect to that. But that's all about that beautiful emotional abundance. Everything is good, everything is aligned, everything is in its light attribute, and it's balanced and happy. So you're overcoming this 9 of Wands energy, and this is fire energy, and this is you. So again, with this restriction with the mental body, with the thought forms, with the swords here, and then you've got the wands, which is the fire energy, which is yours. You've got the defense, and you've got the defense, yeah. You've got the defense where, it's all chaos around you. It's very heavy energy. It's something you've been dealing with, and you're overcoming that with this position here. You are moving through it and overcoming it because you've got some very positive aspects, but it really sounds to me and seems to me, it feels as it's coming through, that in order to overcome this, you've got to sort of set your mental, emotional house in order. Whatever the chaos has been, whatever the influence of others or your own thought forms have been that have stopped you from that positive expression. And this is about positive expression and positive use of the words. It's not, because in its shadow aspect, it's the negative. It's the negative talk, it's the negative energy, it's the heavy judgment for others, it's using your words to the detriment, of yourself or others in your expression. So you're moving through and transmuting this energy where you have felt stuck for some reason, and you're coming out of it. And the indicator here is that, once you get things sort of aligned again and in order, so to speak, with this Emperor energy, you've got this beautiful 10 of Cups that wants to complete, and then you are overcoming this defense, that's right, and a new vision with the 2 of Wands. So it's going to spark you. This is going to spark you, and this is your energy again, fire energy. So it's going to spark your creativity to use this light attribute in a much more, in a light way, to use this archetype, this energy, this pattern of behavior in a much more positive way than you've been feeling like you could, or than you have been recently. So let's pull another oracle card. This is a really pretty deck. It's quite insightful, and it always comes up with exactly the right thing. So let's take a look at a message. And please click like and subscribe when you have a moment, I really appreciate that, so we can stay connected and I can build and grow. Okay, within nothing there is everything. So this is beautiful. This has got all the higher level chakra colors in it. It's got the indigos, the purples, that white light energy for the angelic realm. This is all about when you go within and go within yourself, into your heart space, into your soul space, and connect with your higher self and our collective consciousness and spirit, then that's where all of the magic is. There is everything. So the magic is in your connection. It's in your connection to your higher source, to yourself, to your connection with universal energies and frequencies. And when we can still the mind enough, and it takes time, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it takes time, but it's okay. It doesn't matter how long it takes, and it doesn't matter how silly it feels if you've never sat in stillness before or connected with, you know, Mother Earth quietly, anything like that. Just start with 5 minutes a day of just quiet music, just quiet your mind, close your eyes, and eventually within that, you're going to reach that place of stillness. You're going to connect to your source. And that's where all of the answers are. Once we break through that invisible barrier, that's where it all opens up. That's where everything is, you know, and ultimately it is our goal for each of us on this earth to get to that place. That's why we're here, to reconnect to that and to live through that, from that place on this earth plane. So those are your messages, Leo, for September 6th to September 12th. Thanks so much for sticking with it. And remember to live big and shine your light bright. Until next time.